I've been handsome since I was a kid, unbelievably so. I didn't look like anyone in my family at all. The whole family said it was like our ancestors' graves were smoking with good fortune. They spoiled me rotten, lifting me up to the sky. But that all changed the day my dad came back from a business trip in the northwest countryside, bringing home the so-called real young master. Deep down, though, I wasn't panicking one bit, because ever since I was 5 years old, I'd known I was a fake. All these years of careful planning were so that when that son returned, my dad and my controlling older sisters would spoil me even more than in my last life. In my previous life, when the real young master Yang Wei came back, I was full of guilt and let him walk all over me. But he just pushed further, scheming and framing me again and again until the whole family turned against me. In the end, he got me killed out on the streets. Reborn into this life, I dropped all my spoiled ways and carefully disguised myself as a gentle, harmless little brother. Now, whether it was my peers or the elders, everyone loved and cherished me. Even my high school classmates were worried that the newly recognized real young master Yang Wei would bully me. Today was the day Yang Wei was coming home. I was sitting in a dessert shop, slowly digging into a shaved ice, calmly plotting how to make the murderer from my last life pay with blood. Meanwhile, back at the Mu family villa, Yang Wei sat uneasily on the sofa. He greedily eyed the luxurious decor while stealing glances at Mu Shui sitting across from him, playing on her phone. She cleared her throat and tried speaking in what she thought was a gentle tone. "Are you my brother?" Yang Wei's voice carried the warmth he was forcing. Mu Shui didn't even spare him a glance. Her heart and eyes were completely focused on her own sweet little brother. Why hasn't he replied to my WeChat yet? Yang Wei refused to give up and softened his voice even more. "You must be Mu Shui, right? You're my sister, aren't you? Dad said I have a sister." Before Mu Shui could even respond, her phone rang. The screen lit up with "Baby Brother." She quickly answered, her expression instantly softening. This made Yang Wei clench his fists tightly beside her. Mu Shui's voice was full of affection. "Little Chen, why are you only replying to your sister now? Mom and Dad already went to school to pick you up. After school, don't run off anywhere. Come home with them, okay?" I'd just finished my shaved ice at a leisurely pace. I wiped my hands slowly and immediately switched to a tearful voice on the other end of the phone. "Sister, do Mom and Dad not want me anymore? Is little Chen about to lose his home? I really can't bear to leave you all." Sob. "Sister, little Chen misses you so much." Mu Shui's heart nearly broke. She quickly comforted me. "What nonsense are you saying, little Chen? You'll always be the little prince of our Mu family, held in the palm of our hands. Why is it so noisy around you? I hear cars. Aren't you at school? Where exactly are you? Your sister is coming to pick you up right now and bring you home." I kept up the sobbing. "Sister, does little Chen really still have a home? Where can little Chen go now?" Then I ruthlessly hung up. On the other end, Mu Shui listened to the busy tone, grabbed her car keys from the table, and rushed out. She didn't notice Yang Wei on the sofa, his fists clenched tight and hatred nearly spilling from his eyes. "You clingy, cheap, wild seed. Sooner or later, I'll make you get the hell out of the Mu family." I'd remembered the day Yang Wei was coming home from the moment I was reborn. I'd been looking forward to this day. After 11 years of pretending and scheming, I was confident the Mu family would make my path of revenge even smoother. Today's little show was my opening appetizer for Yang Wei. I hoped he'd enjoy it. As soon as Mu Shui sped out of the house, she immediately called Dad. "Dad, have you and Mom picked up little Chen yet? He just called me crying so hard, it sounded like he was on the side of the road. When exactly did he run out of school?" Mu Dad got anxious too. He told his daughter to go check the usual spots I liked while he and his wife headed straight to the school to check the security cameras. "Honey, what's going on? Did something happen to little Chen?" Mom asked anxiously from the side. The Mu parents were both university professors, carrying that refined, scholarly air. They clearly came from an extraordinary background. Mu Dad patted his wife's hand reassuringly. "Don't worry, little Chen has always been obedient. Maybe he had a fight with a classmate and ran out to clear his head." "Skipped class? Little Chen has never skipped class." Mom grew even more anxious and urged the driver to go faster. The driver was an old servant of the Mu family who'd watched me grow up and naturally doted on me. He stepped on the gas and cut the usual 40-minute drive in half. By the time they reached Jingcheng number 1 high school, classes hadn't even let out yet. Mu Dad and Mom got out and split up. Mom rushed to the homeroom teacher's office while Dad headed straight to the security room. The Mu family had donated several buildings to the school, so everyone from the janitors to the principal knew them. The two made it through without any obstacles. Mom found the homeroom teacher, pushed open the door, and the teacher was still preparing lessons with a puzzled look. Mom didn't bother with pleasantries and went straight in. "Did he say anything to you before he left, Teacher Zhang?" Teacher Zhang looked completely stunned. "What? Mu Chen wasn't picked up by you guys." When he asked for leave, he said there was a family emergency. Because my grades were always top tier and I was seen as a well-behaved, sensible, good student who never used my family background to bully others, all the teachers and classmates liked me. So when I asked for leave, Teacher Zhang had approved it without a second thought, he added. The kid didn't look right when he left. His eyes were all red like he'd just been crying. That's why I believe there really was something wrong at home. Is little Chen missing? Let's go check the places he usually goes. Mom grabbed Teacher Zhang, who was about to head out. Don't rush yet. His dad already went to the security room. Let's go over there first. Just as the two were about to move, Shen Yue and Jiang Rushue burst in anxiously. Auntie, what are you doing here? Did something happen to little Chen? These two were my close friends. We'd grown up together. Shen Yue was a year older, Jiang Rushue the same age as me, and our families were very close. Mom's nose turned sour. Little Chen is missing. Quick, come with me to the security room. When the four of them reached the security room, Dad was already there with the head of security, pulling up the footage of me leaving school. In the video, I was wearing my school uniform, head down, walking slowly with my shoulders shaking like I was crying. The camera at the school gate showed me clutching my backpack strap, rubbing my eyes. Once I left the gate, I turned left. Seeing that I'd left on my own, my anxious parents breathed a slight sigh of relief, thinking I couldn't have gone far. Shen Yue and Jiang Rushue saw my pitiful state and felt their hearts ache. Dad immediately decided, judging by the direction little Chen went, he's probably at Purple Jing Mall or Lanting Park. Let's split up and search. Shen Yue quickly chimed in. Purple Jing Mall is ours. Rushue and I will go there. We'll contact you the second we hear anything. And just like that, the four of them split into two groups and rushed off to the mall and the park. In the car, my parents started murmuring. Little Chen must have found out about Yang Wei. It's all our fault for not telling him sooner. Dad put his arm around Mom's shoulders. We had to tell him eventually. The result would have been the same. The grace of raising him is greater than heaven. Even if his biological parents were still around, I'd never let anyone take my precious son away. It's normal for him to have trouble accepting it for a while. We need to give him time and make sure he understands he'll always be our son. Mom nodded helplessly. She was looking forward to the biological son she'd carried for 10 months, but she couldn't bear to lose me, her considerate little darling. All her university colleagues and friends in their circle envied her for having such a perfect son. Thankfully, both the park and mall were close to school, just under 10 minutes by car. As soon as Shen Yue and Jiang Rushue reached Purple Jing Mall, they had the security captain lead a full sweep. Too bad if they'd arrived 20 minutes earlier. They would have caught me casually eating shaved ice in the dessert shop. But after hanging up on Mu Shui, I'd wandered over to Lanting Park. Right now, I was sitting by the lake, enjoying the breeze and watching the sunset. There was a moon lake in the center of the park. I found a bench by the water, sat down, and pulled out my textbooks to read. In my heart, I calculated that as long as Mom and Dad went to the school, they'd probably guess I'd come here. After all, the college entrance exam was next year. Revenge and blood debts were important, but right now, nothing mattered more than acing the exam. Sure enough, my anxious parents found their way to the lakeside. The moment they spotted me quietly reading under the sunset, they let out long sighs of relief. They even secretly took a photo before walking up behind me, voices choked with emotion. Little Chen. Hearing that familiar voice, my 80% acting skills kicked in instantly. Tears poured down as I dropped my books and threw myself into their arms. Wow, Mom, Dad, you finally came to find me. I thought you didn't want me anymore. I thought I didn't have a home anymore. Mom and Dad held me tight, gently patting my back. Silly child, you'll always be Mom and Dad's good son. Dad comforted me too. No matter what, you're always the little young master of our Mu family. Did someone say something to you? Why did you come to the park all by yourself? I buried my head deep in their embrace. Their familiar scent brought me incredible warmth and peace. In this life, I absolutely would not repeat my past mistakes and let Yang Wei humiliate or kill me again. Dad, someone sent me a text. Look. I pulled out the phone I'd prepared in advance. The message was vicious. Get lost, you fake young master. You've occupied someone else's life for over 10 years. Isn't that enough? Now the real young master is back. Do you still have the face to stay in the Mu family? Hurry up and pack your things and scram. I continued playing dumb, stuttering. But I'm not your real son after all. Now that big brother is back, shouldn't I? Before I could finish, Xin Yue, Jiang Ruosui, and my sister Mu Sui came rushing over anxiously. Jiang Ruosui was still her hot-tempered self. Little crybaby, who dares to bully you? Tell your sister and I'll go beat him up for you. Mu Sui smacked her on the head. That's my little brother, not yours. Xin Yue gazed at me intently. Under the sunset, I seemed to chase away all the gloom from her journey. Mom and Dad hesitated, wondering whether to tell them. After all, this was a family matter. I tugged on Dad's sleeve. Mom, Dad, can we go home? They nodded firmly. Of course, let's go home right now. I turned to Shen Yue and Jiang Ruosui. Thank you for coming to look for me. School hasn't let out yet, right? You two should head back. I'll go home with Mom and Dad first. I gave them a gentle smile. After leaving Lanting Park, everyone went their separate ways. Up to Shen Yue and Jiang Ruosui back at school before hurrying home. On the ride home, Mom and Dad comforted me in especially gentle voices. Good son, don't overthink things. Mom has raised you for 16 years. Even if that other child is my biological son, the bond I have with you is completely different. Back then, I was teaching in Mengshan County. Your dad was learning business under your grandfather. He made a special trip to see me once. Unexpectedly, 2 or 3 months after he left, I found out I was pregnant. Because of work, I gave birth at Mengshan Hospital. Your dad only got the news and rushed over 2 days after I delivered. In the rush, he grabbed the wrong baby by mistake. A while ago, Uncle Wang said he saw a kid downstairs at the company who looked exactly like me when I was young and even took a photo. Your dad looked at it and saw the resemblance was uncanny. Then a paternity test confirmed he was our biological son. That child's adoptive parents both died in a car accident. It was only on her deathbed that his adoptive mother told him who his real parents were. Mom paused here, looking at me with complicated eyes, worried I'd miss my biological parents, yet also afraid I'd show no reaction at all. After listening, my tears fell immediately. His adoptive parents were my real mom and dad? They're both gone? Mom and Dad nodded heavily. I pressed further. Mom, does that mean I have no blood relatives left in this world? Mom quickly cut in. Silly son, even if they were still here, Mom would never send you back. Don't think too much. Dad chimed in right away. With Dad here, I'll always protect you and your mom. Mom and Dad held my hands. When we get home, you'll meet that child. His name is Yang Wei. He's had a tough life these years. Mom doesn't ask you to treat him especially well. I just hope you can keep growing up happy and healthy. If the two of you can get along, Mom would be over the moon. I lowered my head, gripping my backpack strap, and said softly, Mom, I read a novel once. It was about 2 boys who got switched at birth too. The one who was brought back home said the same things at first, but a few years later, the fake young master was kicked out and called a wild seed. Mom covered her mouth and started crying. Little Chen, how can you say that? Mom's so heartbroken. We love you so much. How could you say something like that and hurt Mom's heart? I immediately threw myself into Mom's arms. The mother and son hugged each other, crying until they were a mess of tears. Watching his wife and son sobbing together in the back seat, Mu Dad furrowed his brow. To him, seeing the 2 most important people in the world crying like this was truly distressing. He only hoped the newly recognized son would behave, not upset his wife, and not bully little Chen. If so, he'd give him a good material life and some property as compensation later. But if he dared to cross the line, Mu Dad wouldn't hesitate to be ruthless. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this wild ride. If you're hooked on Little Chen's revenge and can't wait to see how he destroys Yang Wei, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Which part hyped you up the most? Drop it in the comments. See you in the next recap. Things are about to get even darker. Stay tuned.